Ooh, baby, I love your way every day, every day. What's up, guys? I hope that little tune got you in the mood for a little leg training today. Today we're at Bob's Fitness in what is affectionately known as Bloodsucking Bellevue. A Bellevue City Councilman said that, not me, so I'm only borrowing. Anyway, we started off on leg curls, get some blood in the hams, and get a little springy for some other quad action today. This was filmed on Monday, by the way. This was post Eugene Teo, John Meadows seminar, where we got a deeper understanding of the Mountain Dog method, which is surprisingly simple, but everything is just really well put together. And the application of it in real life versus paper, two totally different things. So if you can get to a John Meadows seminar, you should probably get to it, try out the Mountain Dog training in real life. But anyway, my back had been bothering me pretty much for an entire week, including the weekend. So kind of took it fairly easy that day just because I didn't want to tweak my lower back anymore. One thing that I'm shooting for in this, what we're about to enter the fourth quarter of 2018, Jesus, this is simply squat pain-free. That's all I want, is just some pain-free squatting. So that's what I'm going to try to work on. The seminar itself opened me up to new levels, not new levels, but more of an understanding of why flexibility, mobility, and stuff like that matters for bodybuilding. You got to be able to move to be able to execute the movements, and if you can't move to execute the movements, then you limit your growth and development. So that's what one of the main takeaways of the seminar that I gained. But God, my legs are so small in that. But anyway, still warming the hams up, still making it work a bit. I think we went up to the entire stack for a set of 12. And here is just another old man warm up, seeing that I turned 39 on Sunday and the knees don't act like they need to act some days. Went ahead and warmed up with some leg extensions, about 100 total reps, over 4 sets, so 4 sets of 20, I believe. And this is on the prime leg extension, where if you've ever used Strive equipment from back in the day, very, very, very similar. You notice as the machine is going up and down, it's 3 prongs. That means you can overload a certain part of the movement with weight. So with that plate, I believe it's overloading more of the beginning, and the second peg is the middle range of the movement, and the top peg is, I believe, the beginning. Don't take it for gospel. I'm not sure. There's a whole diagram on the side of the machine that explains it. But like I said, I'm just warming the knees up, man. Turning 39, it's just a little bit it's a little bit rough. I'm not even gonna say rough. That's a bad word for it. I think it's more of getting to the point where I realize I can't do a lot of the things I used to do in the gym. So with that being said, I'm just trying to make sure that injury prevention, maintenance of the body, and keeping my stress levels low is something that I need to put at the forefront, especially as I'm on my last year of my 30s, and transitioning into basically a new phase of life, which are my 40s. I was talking with somebody a couple of days ago, and I said it's amazing how the body changes every decade. What I could do when I was 20, I definitely couldn't do when I was 30. And what I could do when I was 30, I can partially do or do with somewhat of a percentage right now. So it gets back to training smarter. And I hate the whole phrase of work harder, not smarter. Smart work is hard work. And then repetition of work is just, it gets to be hard after a minute. So here we're warming up the glutes, making sure that the glutes are good. The leg extensions weren't programmed in this week's Carnage workout, but I just throw them in just to get some extra quad volume, and also to, like I said, just warm my knees up. But with these, I didn't go too heavy. I think I only went about 100 pounds for 10 to 12 reps. Just trying to get some glute work in. You want to make sure when you're doing a machine like this, you're pushing off with your heel, or at least at the very minimum, the middle of your foot. You don't want to push off with your toe. That brings in a lot more quadness needed, and you're trying to minimize that quad work, putting everything on your glutes and hamstrings. So that's what we're working on. Again, just trying to get that spring out of the bottom if I was going to squat. But as you can see, as the video progresses, I didn't. Okay, so this machine I like a lot. It's pretty gnarly. It's the Squat Pro by I believe it's a Pendulum Squat Pro. I don't know who it's made by, so we'll just say it's made by Pendulum, I guess. But it's a Squat Pro, but it's basically a seated leg press. It felt really good because I tried to do a lying leg press, and the back spasms, back injury, that I had last week manifested itself a little bit, and I just basically went ahead and I'm like, okay, what can I do that won't put my back in a vulnerable position outside of squatting in a machine? So I chose this, and it didn't aggravate my back much at all, to be honest with you. Now, granted, I didn't go as heavy as I could have. I think I worked up to about 4 plates and a quarter. I could have did 5. 6 plates would have been pushing it, but the weight that I did pile on there, it just felt amazing and kept directly on my legs. This week was supposed to be supersetted with Bulgarian split squats, but that just wasn't going to happen. So I just went ahead and did straight sets with this. Made sure I stayed in the double-digit range. Didn't want to dip down too low I didn't want to dip down in reps too low. So I just went ahead and stayed in sets of 10 to 20. The strength curve on this is just nasty. You don't see a good seated leg press anymore. I'm not sure why. I guess everyone likes the lying leg press, but if you have access to a seated leg press, I encourage you to use it, because if you get strong on that, you'll build some very, very good legs. Felt a pump all throughout my quads, my hamstrings, and very, very minimal in my lower back or any other parts of my leg. So this is a great, great machine. So like I said, if you got access to a seated leg press, please, by all means, use it. Okay, so here we go. Hack squats, or what I like to call a hack squat variation. Tried to do the Arsenal strength hack squat, back wasn't having it. So I just went ahead and said, nope, we're just gonna play it smart. Only stuck here for 2 sets of, I believe it was 10. I'm not really sure, I think it was 10. And I didn't go too heavy on those. Again, after the seminar, it opened up my eyes to how important flexibility and mobility is. So I need to try and get mobile enough to basically keep my feet lower on the platform. So again, just it was nothing crazy, just a couple sets of 10, get some more quad work, get some more blood in the muscle, and then yeah, we moved on to our next movement after that, which was standing leg curl. And oh my God, that next morning I caught the nastiest Charlie horse from doing this shit. So note to self and note to others, keep your ass hydrated. Drink water. Use salt, regular table salt with iodine. You don't want to be deficient in iodine. And then, throw in some pink Himalayan sea salt in your intra-workout, because I tell you, you don't want to cramp up at all. It felt awful. Well, anyway, that's it from me. Look for a few more videos in the future. This weekend I'd like to do a shopping video whereas I can get rid of some of the misconceptions about eating healthy and how expensive it is and this, that, and the other. So it'll either be this weekend or next weekend, so keep out on the eye for that. Again, as always, thank you for watching. And if you go to Iron Rebel and Granite Supplements and use my discount code LarryB10, you will have some great discounts and savings. All right, thanks guys.